recording. Okay, we're good there. This is me going through my steps. All right, we're good here on audio. Da-da-da-da-da. We're good. All right, here we go. The show begins in 3, 2, 1.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Why? Do people get hit in the ass with it a lot?
It's just an expression.
Oh, I'm kind of worried about this door now, though.
The morning stream. I got a middle finger.
Good morning, all, and welcome to TMS. It is Wednesday, March 1st, 2023, and I am one of your hosts, Scott Johnson, and there is another host right there. His name is Brian Ibbett.
And I'm in your left ear.
Yeah. Oh, we should do that like the way the Beatles did stuff for about a decade.
Yeah.
We
And
put,
the way
like-
Bob and Doug did it in that on that comedy album.
Oh, did they do that? I don't remember. Oh.
Like, I'm in your left ear, eh? What? You need some cleaning in here, eh? Oh, maybe you need a Q-tip, you hoser.
That's right. Did they do the whole album like that, though? I don't remember.
No, they just did. They were just like talking about how cool it was that they were in stereo.
Oh, man. If there was a record or a tape I played till it was like hissing or scratched,
Yes.
it was that. I played that so many times over.
I mean, it had freaking Geddy Lee on it. Remember when Takeoff was actually played on the radio?
Yeah,
The song
it was like a
Takeoff?
top 10 hit at one point. It was like this big deal.
It's crazy.
And it was our only connection to Canadian culture. We didn't get anything else down here.
Other than hockey. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Exactly.
We had hockey, and then we had
Hockey and Bob and Doug.
Bob and Doug, which came from SCTV, but we didn't always.
Yeah.
I didn't have access to SCTV for the longest
Yeah.
time. I didn't know where to get it. So yeah, you Canadian. This is what's weird. In the 80s, we didn't get access to them, the Australians, a lot of Europe. We had a lot of British stuff, tons of British stuff.
We had our Faulty Towers, Monty Python, of course.
Yeah, lots of
stuff
British
like that.
comedies. PBS would run all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you were always getting
Doctor Who.
a taste of that, but we never had like. There was a lot of Japanese animation and a lot of anime back then you could get your hand on, but for the most part, Australia was like a place that, without Paul Hogan, do we even know what it is?
I mean, our first taste of Australia, at least mine, was maybe I should phrase this differently. Was Olivia Newton-John.
Oh.
Hey, she should be everybody's first taste of Australia. Olivia Newton-John, the taste of Australia.
That's right.
Rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
first crush.
Of course.
But I mean, that was like, oh, Sadie, you came from Australia to a Rydell High.
Did they have
Like
her?
this far off place.
Did she just do her? I don't remember anything about Greece. Did she just talk in the Australian accent the whole time?
Yeah, she spoke in a normal voice.
I didn't know that. It's
Yeah.
been ages, so long since
Yeah.
I've seen that. Probably a kid. I think.
Rizzo, maybe a dingo stole you. That was a little more Cockney than Australian. I can only do Australian if I do that, do the Bruce. The Bruce voice. Hey, you gonna knock that battery off my shoulder?
Yeah, isn't that weird? Sometimes you have to like get into a certain tone to nail the accent. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Can't help
Yeah.
it. That's why my pirate problem happens with the Irish every time. I always go pirate. But anyway, Australia, we're glad you're here now. But I'm just saying, as kids, we were deprived of your culture. Same goes for Canada. Don't know why. You're right up there. You're just right there.
Yeah, you're our hat.
Yeah. And so until we got Bob and Doug, the great historic ambassadors of Canada, with no stereotypes or
so
anything.
much about Australians love toques and Tuborg beer
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
back bacon.
Back bacon, yeah, which I was told was just a thick piece of pork. It's not really even bacon.
Yeah. It's kind of like it's closer to what the English call bacon, as opposed to like the thin strips of cured pork that we get here. That's bacon.
And does anyone there call each other hosers anymore? I don't think so.
Oh, I'd be curious. I'd be curious to know.
Because I'll
We
bet
have
you.
a lot of Canadian listeners. Does Jeff Sire call anybody a hoser?
Oh, I'd love to hear that, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff, right in.
And
He
can
wrote-
we be your hosers?
Yeah, can I be your?
If not, if Jeff, can we?
Can I be your personal hoser? How about that? Hosier. All right.
There we go. TV's Travis explains it. It's made from pork loin as opposed to pork belly, like U.S. bacon. So U.S. bacon is thin strips of pork belly, but back bacon is pork loin.
Oh, but loin is a little more like it's leaner, I think. So it's probably better.
Loiner.
Probably better for you. Hey, it's leaner, eh? That's what they say.
I said it's loiner.
Oh, it's loiner. Yeah.
It's loiner.
Yeah, like the bantha loin.
Probably is leaner though. Yeah.
I would think so. Probably a little healthier, although I don't know. I'm a hit and miss pork guy. I like me some bacon. I like me some pork tenderloin. I even like an occasional, what are the dried up skins called?
Pork rinds?
Rinds. I like the pork rinds occasionally. But I don't like a ham,
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
See, if you said, Brian, beef, pork, or chicken, you can only have one for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Where'd you go? Where
I
would
would
you do?
I would go pork.
Oh man, I'd go beef.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's say
you got bacon. You got I happen to like ham a lot.
Yeah.
I like pulled pork, barbecued pulled pork.
Yeah.
I like pork chops.
There's good
and apple
variation.
sauce.
You're right about this. Lots of variation. So you wouldn't get
Beef.
it
It's like, would you like a steak or a steak?
ground up beef.
I mean, yeah, there's like stew beef and stuff like that.
Yeah, you could
Chicken's
do
more
stuff,
boring.
but I think I'm probably gonna go beef just for taste, and then I'm chicken second, pork third. I think.
Wow. Yeah. Interesting.
Which is weird. I don't know why I feel that way. And also, there have been times like Christmas will roll around and there's a honey baked ham, and I'm like, oh, that's all I want is honey baked ham. And then there's other times it'll just be a honey baked ham, and without the hoopla of a holiday, I'm like, I don't want this damn ham. I don't want this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Isn't that weird? It's a little weird.
Mhm.
Maybe it's the salt. I'm not a big salty guy.
No. Could be.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Who knows? Pigs, keep going. You're doing great. All right. I got a quick. We're going to do a history lesson that nobody asked for. All
Oh,
right?
thank goodness.
Nobody
Okay.
asked for this. Nobody wants this. Yet I'm going to do it. So
right.
here's our theme.
Yesterday is history today. Today is tomorrow's history.
That's right. That's right.
Wow.
That's a very bad video game from the 90s, by the way. That I took that.
Oh, okay. Gosh, I'm thinking it was
It was heinous.
Jennifer Tilly in one of her early roles or something.
It is a Tilly-esque.
It's very
portrayal.
Tilly-esque.
Yeah, Tilly-esque. It sounds like somebody's Discord name for some reason. Anyway, thinking of Tally. Let's do... Okay, so here's some trivia, Brian. I'll bet you never knew this about World War II. A Great Dane, that's a dog,
Oh, okay.
Not
Just
a Danish person.
Not a very pleasant Danish person.
No. A Great Dane named Juliana was awarded the Blue Cross Medal. She extinguished an incendiary bomb, which is why she got the medal, which seems really great, but she did it by peeing on the bomb. Literally,
Oh.
This is a real thing. She peed on a bomb, it went out, extinguished it. She therefore got a dog version of Blue Cross Medal. So there's
Fantastic.
that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's some useless historical knowledge.
I'd be curious to know if was she trained to do that, or did she just have to go and that seemed like, that bomb smells weird. I'm going to pee on it and make it mine.
I kind of prefer the second. I prefer the latter.
I do too. Yeah.
I don't know if that'll be the case, but that's the one I'm going with. Here's one for let's go back even further. Alexander the Great was accidentally buried alive. Did you know that?
No. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Wow.
Pretty intense. Scientists believe Alexander suffered from a neurological disorder called Guillain-Barre Syndrome. They believe that when he died, he was actually just paralyzed and mentally aware the entire time. Alexander the Nervous is more like it.
Alexander the Dark.
Oh, man. That's a horrible thing to have happen. Wasn't that's basically what they gave Nikki and Paolo in Lost, isn't it?
Well, it's not that they gave him. They got bitten by a spider that was only on that island that paralyzes their victims, and makes it seem like they're dead.
Oh, gotcha.
Am I remembering that correctly?
I think so. Something like that, right? And they were awake
That
all
whole
the
Nikki
time.
and Paolo thing was such a cousin Oliver moment on Lost.
No, Roseanne Barre Syndrome is very different, chat room. You don't want that one.
Yeah, that makes you grab your crotch and sing poorly at the
Yeah, you don't want that.
World Series.
Nobody
or
wants
wherever
that.
she did
Oh, that's right. I forgot she freaking did that.
Yeah.
Never forget. All right, here we go. This is another one I didn't know. I like Gladiators. I'm a big fan. It's not like that airplane.
Do you like Gladiator movies, Tony?
You ever been in a Turkish prison?
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Kind of in the mood to see Airplane. Is that weird? Kind of in the mood.
Nothing weird about that. Zucker Brothers' finest work.
I agree. Picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue. All right.
And Leon's getting larger.
Larger.
Yeah,
I love that guy.
It is just too easy to quote that movie. And we need to put Airplane. Oh, do we need to put Airplane 2 on Film Sack list?
I'd do it with Shatner in it and stuff.
With
I'd do that.
Shatner. Yeah. It's tough with a comedy, especially a comedy that rehashes so many jokes from the first movie.
Yeah.
But,
it feels like a historical piece in the sense that we could do some talk around it, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it might be worth doing.
Okay.
Anyway, so this is the deal with gladiators. There were also, we never hear about this, you never see this in movies, but there were female gladiators in ancient Rome. A female gladiator was called a gladiatrix, which is plural for gladiatrices. They were extremely rare, unlike their male counterparts, so you didn't see a lot of them, but they were out there fighting, saying, "Are you not entertained?" and taking heads off and all that. They were doing it.
It feels like if there ever should be, a movie, there needs to be a female gladiator movie, like a...
I'd love to hear that story.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Do we have any? I don't know how documented it was.
Breaking the marble ceiling.
Yep. The thatched roof.
Yeah.
All right. Here's one for you. From 1912 to 1948, the Olympic Games held competitions in the fine arts. So this was part of the Olympics.
Really?
Medals were given for literature, architecture, sculpture, painting, and music. Obviously, the art created was required to be an Olympic-themed thing. But sure enough, those categories. It wasn't always athleticism, is what I'm saying. So they went from naked wrestlers to let's do paintings to what it is today. That's the path.
To synchronized trampolining or whatever they've got. That feels so subjective.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Art competition.
Yeah. I'm not surprised to hear that it's not still a thing because how do you gauge that in a rules-like way? I don't know how you do it.
I can throw a discus. Great, it went that far. That's further than the Chinese, combatant. Great, you won.
Yeah.
I drew that potted plant better than.
Maybe that was it. Maybe it was an accuracy thing. I don't know.
Right, exactly.
Less about artistic.
Still life. Yeah.
Yeah, less of an artistic impression, I guess. But anyway, they don't do it anymore. So if you want to get in the Olympics, you better get good at snowboarding. Here's one. Famous conqueror Napoleon Bonaparte was once attacked by a horde of bunnies, little rabbits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had requested that a rabbit hunt be arranged for himself and his men. When the rabbits were released from their cages, the bunnies charged toward him and him alone, and his men were there and became an unstoppable onslaught. They had to escape to higher ground.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, how are you... Okay, I got a question for hunters.
Yeah, be very quiet.
Isn't the point of hunting to go out there, to find the thing you're hunting, your prey, okay, and then, I see a deer. Now I shoot the deer. Now I've got the deer. I have completed the hunting. I've hunted a deer. You don't open a cage and say, here are a bunch of captive things. Run! And then now, give them a few seconds. This is not what contest is that?
I mean, that's like fox hunting. Like they basically release the fox, and then they release the dogs, and then the people go out on horseback and follow the dogs to the foxes.
That also seems weird to me. Like
it does, yes.
It just feels like it's more of a show and less of an actual hunt. What was the one with in Game of Thrones when Robert Baratheon got killed by the boar? The boar, I think, was set up for him. Like they all make sure the boar's right here and all that, right? It's just it feels like it's just for show, which I know a lot of things are, but you want to hunt, hunt.
When you have enough money, enough power, you can say, I'd like to guarantee that I come back with something from my hunt. So let's
That's true.
Yeah.
Especially if you're Bonaparte, that guy wanted.
Yes, especially if you're Bonaparte.
Yeah, and he's short.
I was really struggling to figure out a way to work rabbits into the lyrics of Waterloo by ABBA, but I just couldn't make it happen.
Couldn't do it? All right. Well, you know what? Take your time. I bet we get there eventually. I'll bet you get there.
All right. Okay. Good. Yeah, I'll keep workshopping it.
Here's one that I have a lot of scrutiny for, like we do in Film Sack. Ketchup, catsup, however you say it. Yeah, whatever your way is. Was sold in the 1930s as medicine in 1830s. 1834, it was sold as a cure for upset stomach by an Ohio physician named John Cook. It was popularized as a condiment later in the 19th century, but before that, ketchup was 100% sold as a medical
medicine.
I mean, it's a load of hooey.
Yeah.
But there it is, right?
I guess flies were good for you back then.
Oh, yeah, the flies. I freaking hate the flies. All right, let's do one more.
It's usually the first thing you think of when you hear the word ketchup. So it surprised me that you didn't.
Yeah. You can eat up to 7. Wasn't that the rule? Whatever they said it was.
You can have up to 7 per bottle or something, right?
FDA will let that happen, yeah.
Yep.
It does make me think about it every time I have ketchup now. And I say ketchup, which is like...
Yeah. Oh, as opposed to ketchup?
Yeah.
Ketchup.
What do you do?
I say ketchup with an E. Ketchup.
Ketchup. I think I say ketchup.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think. If some, do you want ketchup with that? No, I say ketchup with an E.
Yeah.
If I say it naturally, right now when I think about it, I want to put the A in there. I don't know. Why.
If somebody's ahead of you, do you say "let me catch up" or do you say "let me catch up"?
Let me catch up. Let me catch up. Let me catch up. I think I may vacillate between the two.
You say vacillate or vacillate?
Vacillate. It depends on where you put your E's. All right, one more of these, and then we'll get to our game. How about this?
Okay.
I didn't know this. President Zachary Taylor died from a cherry overdose. And this is real. He passed away after eating too many cherries and drinking milk on a 4th of July party in 1850. He died on July 9th from gastroenteritis. The acid in the cherries along with the milk is believed to have been the bad combination for him. And it was just a volume thing. He ate a ton.
In Russia, cherry pops you.
Yeah. Take that, semi-obscure ex-president Zachary Taylor. We now know the truth.
No kidding.
We know the truth. All right.
So hopefully, let's see if Brian's back. He had an emergency meeting and asked for 5 minutes. He's back.
He's
back.
back.
And ready to,
He's even logged in. That's fantastic.
He is.
All right. Well, let's get him in here. Let's make him famous for his knowledge. Also, this would be the time for everybody. I warned you in the Discord earlier. I'll say it again. If you're in the chat room right now, you're here live, and you have Discord open on your phone or otherwise, you're going to want to ping me, send me a private message, just a DM on Discord, and the 4th person who does so will get pulled into today's game. All right? And you could win big prizes today, so don't wait. Get in. Let's go. And joining us now, we have Mr. Brian Dunaway, all the way from South Carolina. Hi, Brian.
Mister, that's my. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Is that your dad's name, or however you put it? Or
They call my dad Mister. Oh,
what is your dad's name? What's his first?
Called the dog Mister.
Yeah, Mr. Indiana. Right. What's your dad's name? I just curious. You don't have to give me.
What, you
want
me to give you all my security passwords?
Just your dad. I want to know what your dad's name is.
It's never asked as a thing.
It seems like a weird thing to ask, but I'm asking it.
I'm kidding.
What is
his name? His name is Terry.
Terry. I would have never guessed.
Yes.
I don't know what I would have thought, but I didn't guess Terry. All right.
And we know your mom's
not
name
a
is
Teddy.
Faye.
Yeah, we got Faye Dunaway.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. Yeah,
and,
that's right. Nailed it. Nailed it.
That's fantastic.
Would you like to know her maiden name and the last 4 digits of my social security card?
Yeah, only if you have it handy. Yeah, if you have it handy, let's do it. Our 4th person to come in, let's see. Who do we have here? Oh, we know Nomic.
Yes, we know Nomic.
Nomic is 4th today.
Oh, Nomic.
Yeah, Kanomic. K-Nomic. And he is our 4th person who pinged me, so he's in now. Hi, Nomic. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Where are you?
Nomic,
have we had you on before? I have a memory that we did.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Okay. But we have, right? It's not just a false memory that you were here before.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, it's good to have you here. Nomic is our participant. Brian is our showrunner, and he's going to tell us how this works and what prizes you could win.
Sure, it's time to play the Tadpool feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics. Scott and Brian are going to have to predict the answers that they gave us. It's Scott and Brian's job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Nomic, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian, and if your team wins, you get a prize package that includes Fury Unleashed and Control. Both great games.
Whoa, holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, those are nice games.
Fury Unleashed is one of my favorite side-scrolling roguelikes ever. I love that game. It's fan-freaking-tastic. The devs are super nice. And Control is a legit, AAA rad game. This is a big
Yeah.
deal, Nomic. A big deal
I'm
today.
sorry, your
yeah.
games are now XCOM, Chimera Squad, and Lethal League Blaze.
Also excellent
Those are both
games.
good, too.
Yeah, they're both good
okay.
as well.
I'm sorry, your new games are Fashland and
All right, that I have no idea what it
Parakeet
is.
Dating Simulator.
Perfect.
Oh my God, no, that's
Xbox
good. That's perfect.
On Steam.
Yeah, all on Steam.
Yeah, Xbox with Steve.
This is exciting. All right, well, let's
Yeah.
get started. I can't wait to find out our topic.
Yes. All right. Well, put those hands on those buzzers. We asked 513 Tadpoolers the following question. Get ready. The movie theater industry decides that they're not going to sell popcorn anymore. What becomes the new go-to snack for movie time? Scott.
Oh,
Oh, shit, I clicked it without a good idea. So I'm going to say
that is hilarious.
sunflower seeds.
Do you know how this works?
Sunflower seeds. I just wanted to
Show me
beat you.
sunflower seeds.
Damn it.
People did say sunflower seeds. As a matter of fact,
Flower
it was number 13 in the list, so that's pretty good.
That
Brian,
is
you've got
hilarious.
your chance to jump in on this one.
Our favorite backup snack at the movies is the nachos. You don't always get those every theater, but that's our backup.
Okay.
Show me nachos. Nacho. Number 2. Well done. You've got control of
Nice.
the game,
All right.
and you've got
Yes.
control of Nomic.
Yeah.
So good. You thought about this the way that I want you to think of it is that it isn't necessarily bringing something in that they're not currently selling, but what moves into the number 1 slot like popcorn was. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So nachos is like that. Nachos,
Yeah.
Nachos moves up.
I like
A
the
lot
idea
of
that
movie
everybody
theaters
just
sell
like,
nachos and
Yeah.
yeah.
But
everybody
I
starts
won't
bringing their
say
own.
that
Okay.
there aren't things in this list that haven't been sold as movie theater snacks.
Oh, there are or not? Sorry.
That
There are things in this list that aren't currently offered at your movie theater.
Okay.
And there are things that are.
sound.
I
Oh,
just wanted to make sure that was clear so you don't go completely one or the other.
No, that's great. That's perfect.
oh, interesting.
But I also
That's a
didn't want
weird
to say
one.
that as part of the intro. I wanted to wait until each of you had a chance to answer.
I understand. This has been a better
All right.
game for all of these choices. All right, you two chuckleheads. What do you got?
No, Mick, you have one? Do you have something?
How about pretzels?
Oh,
Pretzels.
Pretzels, that's a good one.
Yeah, they're making me thirsty.
Either the soft or the
Some
hard
crunchy.
variety with.
Because it will
Salt,
also
please.
sell pop
Yeah, that's true.
because it's salt.
Yeah.
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 These pretzels are.
No,
making
this
me
is
thirsty.
he's got a business mind. Look at that. You can't sell the salt and not add the soda. This is
know.
perfect.
That's right.
What you do is you give them a big pretzel with a lot of salt, and then you give them a tiny drink that they can't refill. All right, let's show me pretzels. Yeah, number
Look at
1 answer
that.
on the
Damn.
board.
Yes.
I'm surprised by that. I don't know why I'm surprised. I just am. I didn't know.
Well,
that
I'm
would-
glad because I was worried that the theater workers wouldn't have anything to sweep up.
Oh,
But yeah, pretzels.
Pretzels will
sweeping.
leave a. Yeah, you got to sweep
Yeah.
a little bit. Sure. All
Especially
right.
crunchy.
What do you guys got? You're running the. Well, you got 2 of them.
Yeah, no.
You have anything, Brian?
Well, I have a few things that I know our theater sells, but do you have something that's off the top of your head that's great? I have one that I think it's okay, but I don't know if every place has it.
I was going to say M&Ms.
Sure.
M&Ms is my
Good
go-to.
old M&Ms. The
So not Reese's Pieces?
No. No. That's only where you
and I'm
live.
trying to remember, it was the 2 guys' names, right? M&M's, and I can't remember what those names were, but Marvin and
Oh, is that really a
Mayhall,
thing? They're
something
based
like
on people? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
they're the last names of the 2 guys who founded the. Because I always thought it was something in Mars, right? Like
Isn't it Mars?
Oh, Mars
is one of them,
Mars
right?
and Mayhall, or Mars
Yeah.
and
Oh, because Mars was the
Murphy.
dude's name.
dude's name.
Yeah. The dude's
Yeah.
guy.
And it's one of the better bars.
He was the dude's guy.
He was the dude's guy.
The Mars
Yeah.
bar.
All right, show me the M and the M's. Yeah,
Oh, look at that. Look at
Man,
you, no,
number 8
knowing
on
the
the
stuff.
board.
Yeah.
Good points.
That's big points. Damn it. I mean, keep
I
going.
know it's a big seller at the at sporting events, and ours carries it, but I don't know if people would have said it, and that is the hot dog. What do you
That's
think
good.
about the hot dog?
The hot dog.
Because the question is, what food can you serve that doesn't require some kind of preparation license, right? And I think the
Right.
roller meats, I think you can get away with that, right? Isn't that a
Roller meats are your best option for that. They don't have,
Yeah.
you don't need a fork and a knife for roller meats.
Well,
Right,
that sounds
right,
messy,
right.
Though. Can you imagine 100 people each with a hot dog in a movie theater?
Oh, no. Well, this
Yes,
place,
I
our
can.
local place over here has you can get all kinds of food and take it to your thing. It is really
yeah,
annoying. Everybody stinks. It's a lot of slopping. What's the word? What's that called? Mouth smacking is what I meant to say.
That's a good one.
Smacking.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know.
Right,
I'm
right.
kind of back to I just wish it was popcorn.
Yeah,
whatever.
And you've got to, unfortunately, you can't do like a big, fully loaded dog in the movie theater because, like, you do a Chicago dog, you're gonna have sport peppers and celery salt all over you and the floor and everything.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yes, why not?
All right,
That sounds so
Have you
good.
seen the mess people made with popcorn?
That's what I want to
Namek,
eat.
are you okay with that? Are you
yeah,
okay
go
with
ahead,
hot
go ahead.
dogs?
All right.
Okay, yeah, okay. All right, good. Hot dogs.
show me your wiener.
Meat.
No.
Oh, well.
Interesting. I'm a
Sorry,
little
Namek.
surprised that's not on there.
I was too, and I'm even more surprised that it's nowhere on the list.
Wow.
Surprisingly, like,
Really?
yeah, I think. I don't know. I guess people just want a snack
Don't
that.
think about it.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
doesn't bite back.
How about I just feel stupid today. How about snacks?
Tacos.
No, that's
Oh,
a meal.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go with potato chips because I don't know any better thing to say.
Sure.
That's actually a good one. Yeah.
Is it?
Potato
Good answer.
chips
Yeah.
or crisps,
The
as they're
chips.
called
Crisps.
in the UK.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Show me them chips.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Good
number
job.
3. on
Nice
the
one.
list.
3.
Oh, good.
Okay, but that's
Nothing like
interesting.
a good noisy snack for the person sitting right
Exactly.
next to you in the theater.
That's true, especially if you give you the bag. Hopefully
Yes.
they give you a little
Oh, yeah.
cup or something.
Russell.
All right, let's see. How about snacks. So like
Snacks. Snacks for your face.
How about
Yes.
French fries?
French
Yeah.
fries.
That's a good one.
That's a good one because you've got that's similar to your nachos. You can maybe have a little ketchup cup that
Mhm.
you dip them
Yeah.
into or something.
Yeah.
All right,
They're salty. Once again, back to
gotta have the salt so you can sell the drink.
Mhm.
Yeah, nice little greasy circle in your lap from where the container was sitting because whatever they made them in is just gonna go right through the container.
Yep.
All right, show me them French fries.
Oh yeah.
Number 5.
Okay, I feel like I'm on a bit of a roll here.
Scott
You
seems
are.
to think that the potato is going to replace.
I mean, the
popcorn.
potato's it's so ubiquitous anyway, right?
So
It's everywhere.
versatile. Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy. I'm running out of snack ideas. Let's say we go with what are those called? The little things. The little hot tamales, the little candy hot tamales. That's what I was trying
Oh,
to think of.
sure. Okay. Yep.
Oh,
hot
yeah.
tamales.
Those are
All
good.
right. Show me those hot tamales. Those little red pills. Take the red pill, Neo.
Yeah, it's not there. Damn it!
No.
Crap!
Let me see. Did hot tamales make the list?
I miss
No.
those. Since getting off the shug, I miss those the most. I love those.
Really?
Oh, really?
God,
Yeah.
talk about. It's probably worse for your fillings than it is for your sugar.
Oh, they're
intake.
heinous. They're
I mean,
heinous.
it's bad for both, but
Yeah.
that, like, I'm sure is.
You're totally right. What I would do with them is I'd just suck them, and just until they were just like just a little.
You know,
all that was left was a little booger in there, and that was it. You're done.
What's cool is if you would have had them pull that tooth, you could like put a hot tamale right in the tooth gap.
Oh, right.
Oh,
just an
yeah. I
implant.
love
That's
doing that,
perfect. And
yeah.
replace it every other day when it corrodes, and then put a new one in.
Right, exactly.
Love
what a great thing for your enamel. All
Love
right.
it. Love it. All right, Brian and
Back
Nomek.
to Brian and Nomek.
Yep.
Melvick,
See what
do you have one?
Um,
Mine was a
I've
failure
had
last
three
time.
How
on the board.
Pizza.
Pizza. Woo!
Pizza. Ooh, that's a good one. More salty goodness.
That's right. All right. Show me that Domino's.
Wow.
Oh, come on. That was
No,
a good answer.
number
That was a
14
good
on the
answer.
list. People
Pizza
did
by
say
the
it. but-
slice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I think people are doing?
Yeah.
They're really narrowing down to snack and not food.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if it's back in my corner
It
here,
is back in your court, Scott.
Brian, I have a question for the judges.
Sure.
Is the chips is on the board?
Yes.
Does
That
that?
includes. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, we can say what you're going to say.
I was going to say that includes potato chips and tortilla chips.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
But-
a lot of people said chips and didn't distinguish, so I didn't know if they were talking about potato chips or tortilla chips. But I did separate Anybody who said tortilla chips and cheese or tortilla chips and salsa, I put those in nachos.
So I don't think anybody considers corn. But what are those called? Frito-Lay.
Doritos.
I have a bag right here.
Corn chips.
Doritos.
Frito, like
corn
Fritos, are Fritos in that category, or are they not? Are they a separate thing? Not that that's my
They
answer.
would be a separate thing.
Okay. Oh shit.
If,
I'm gonna go. I got it. I'm gonna do. Oh, what's the name? What's wrong with me? The cat. It's got a tiger, and he sells
cat food.
Cheetos.
Frosted
I want
Flakes?
Cheetos. That's
Cheetos. All right.
He's got a cat.
Got a cat. You were very good not to specify the kind of cat.
Yeah, I did. You noticed I skirted around that little wicket.
You certainly
I
did.
don't want to get in
All right.
trouble. Yeah.
Is it a
my God.
cheese puff? Is it a chip? I don't know. Show me
Cheesy
Cheetos.
poofs.
Oh my gosh.
Number 10.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
That's
Oh,
Heck of it.
that's
You
a
got a
tough
good
right
one.
there.
Holy shit. I'm shocked I got that. Okay, so that is kind of confirming what I was thinking. So, all right. Now, if I was a theater chain and I was like, all right, I need them to have something that's sort of self-contained and not a giant mess, I would probably sell little cans of Pringles.
Oh.
But I don't know if those are chips because they're molded.
I'll help you out. I'm going to tell you that those would definitely. One person said Pringles specifically, and those are definitely
They're
potato
just chips? Okay.
Yeah, they're just chips.
All right.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
You really can't.
Mm-mm.
That's what I've learned the hard way. All right, let's oh geez, I'm so out of ideas here. Let's do what's another candy people like? How about the great dental remover of all time, Dots.
Dots. All right.
Oh, I loved. We have dots at our theater. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, little flat yellow boxes that don't hold
Little
as many
dots.
dots as you think they should.
Nope.
Show me them dots.
Damn it!
No dots.
Ooh.
All right, the rubber is meeting the road here. We've got 4 answers still on. 5 answers still on. No, 4 answers still on the board.
Okay, so
You guys
Scott's out, so we can
are
You
Yeah,
can talk
we can
openly.
chat it
yeah.
up now.
Do whatever you
7
need.
points
Oh, yeah.
behind. Yeah.
Mhm.
things I was thinking of was like ice cream. Yeah, anything that you would serve at a gas station, I think is pretty because you don't have to have a food serving license, right?
Everything you'd serve at a gas station. That
Are
is
you
one
saying
hell of
you
a.
sell
Very
yeah.
sandwiches?
interesting. That's a
Yes.
very interesting disclaimer.
Y'all got anything you could get at the gas station here at this theater? Because I love me some gas station food. Y'all got any?
People are used to paying inflated prices for things at the gas station, just like the theater.
No, you're right.
And
That's true.
If you get around it, you can get a lot of. You don't have to get like a particular food license. Either that or what do you think, Nomic? Liquor? What's going to replace it?
You can at my theater. AMC has them. At least liquor.
Right.
It's a good question.
Corn nuts. I think we go back to corn nuts, please.
Oh, corn
I was
nuts
thinking-
makes everybody smell like feet.
I was
know?
thinking trail
Perfect.
mix. That doesn't make any sense.
Ooh, I'd eat
Peanuts, but then there's people can have a peanut allergy. That'd be bad.
that. Yeah,
Right.
that's the theory.
Hmm.
Oh,
what
you
about
know
what about the ice cream of the future? What about that?
what the hell is that? What's that?
Dippin' Dots.
Dots.
Oh, Dippin'
Ice cream
Dots.
of the future.
Dots.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. I know I lost, but can I slide in just a quick one that I meant to say and should have said? Or is that okay?
I mean, are you gonna offer it as a recommendation for them to use?
Yes, because
Yeah,
I
sure.
want Nomic to win. Honestly.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I mean, he still could lose, so this isn't really cheating. But I would slide in I would just throw Skittles in there, just to throw them in there, just have them in there. Little
Okay.
Yeah, I
Skittles
was thinking about
action.
that.
Like you just throw the rainbow in there. I got
Yeah,
you.
feel the
Right, right.
rainbow, taste it,
But
you
not
know.
buying as sausages.
Suggest the
All right, I got
rainbow.
you.
Yeah, suggest the rainbow.
Suggest the rainbow.
It's a hot new ad campaign. Can't wait to
Skittles
see it.
could be in there because M&Ms and it's M&Ms down on the list, so it's very possible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That
This is a
sounds-
tough one.
that sounds decent, actually.
All right. Nomic
So
likes
not,
it.
not pickles. All right.
Pickles, dude.
No.
All right, you guys going with Skittles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
All
give
right.
us some Skittles. Taste the
Show
rainbow,
me
baby.
the rainbow.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to send
That's
you down the
all
wrong
right.
path.
Yeah, boy, the rest of these did end up more on the savory side of things. Clearly, the Tadpool doesn't give a shit about your peanut allergy because number 4 indeed was peanuts.
Peanuts.
Especially a few people said peanuts in the shell. So like basically just throw the shells all over.
Oh, that'd be great.
Like you're at a
Who did
Texas
that?
Roadhouse.
Texas
Roadhouse is what we have.
Yeah, Texas Roadhouse did that. I always wondered if they, because of the allergy thing, I always wondered how they got away with that, but whatever.
Yeah, the one by us does not do that anymore, nor does Five Guys.
Tumbleweed?
Oh,
Tumbleweed, you see that?
our Five Guys still has them, but less of them, I've noticed. Way
You
less.
can still get a container and take it back to your table, but there are no. I guess they never had them on the floor like they did at Texas Roadhouse.
No,
like you could
as
just
far as
throw
I
your
know.
stuff on the floor.
Yeah, unless you have a brat
God,
kid.
I bet the low man on the totem pole working at Texas Roadhouse hated that garbage.
Yeah, he
like,
probably, like, at the end of the day, he's like, all right, Bill, you know what to do.
I don't know.
exactly.
I don't know. I kind of like it because, I mean, some places when you sweep, you're like, am I actually doing anything? If
Well-
you're sweeping in a peanut hull place, I mean, you definitely know you're getting something
It's
done.
almost
That's a fair
right.
point.
It is kind of like the like mowing a
Satisfying.
really thick lawn versus a very short
Right,
lawn.
right.
Like I can see where I've mowed at least.
Yeah, you're making progress.
There's something to that. All right. I do like the number 6 answer. I'd go for this actually. Rice cakes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yes.
There's
Good.
some good flavors of rice cakes out there, like caramel. There's like
And they're
cheese,
just as noisy as
cheddar cheese.
popcorn.
Sure.
They're just as number 7. Your mixed nuts.
Oh,
I
that
kinda
you probably would have
separated
done
those.
that if you'd have said trail mix. Would you have given it to him on mixed nuts? Maybe.
No, because people did say trail mix as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then 14 people said Chex Mix,
Oh,
which I think
That
is a good.
is great.
I would eat that. Those little Melba toasts and all that stuff.
Exactly, yeah. And you could even have your little pretzel rods and stuff like that in there.
Well, here's
some
the.
other.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I'll just give you a
Continue.
couple. Cheese balls, cheese curds. I thought was a great suggestion. They're soft. That you'll be blocked up for several hours after watching.
Poutine and
Mrs.
cheese
Doubtfire.
curds at a freaking movie theater sounds so good to me, though. That sounds
It does,
great.
But that's fork food. You can't do
Yeah.
fork food in a theater.
You're right.
Tacos or taquitos, like little rolled up tacos, I think is a
Yeah,
great idea.
yeah.
Pork rinds, that's the second time pork rinds has been mentioned today.
Yeah.
That's good.
Fruit, a lot of people said fresh fruit,
Ah,
apple slices and things like that. Cotton
don't
candy,
ruin my theater going experience.
your corn nuts. Your corn nuts did make it on there. Something that I thought would be really good too is pizza rolls. Like, all right, pizza's
yeah.
good, but pizza rolls,
If
just
they,
got to make sure they're the right temperature.
yes, temperature controlled pizza rolls, or else you're going to kill people. They're going to die.
You know how that would go, though. That would it would end up just giving you a bag of frozen ones in a microwave.
That's
You know
right.
what's happened.
You can't
Yeah.
have that. You can't have that. Well, here. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were.
Number, this one I really liked: soft bread roll with butter.
No.
That sounds good, though,
Fancy.
doesn't it?
It does.
Fan-
It totally
fancy.
does. But it's like when you get a big bucket of soft bread, like of the Hawaiian bread rolls with the.
Yeah.
Oh,
Would you like
man.
that in a bucket size, sir?
That makes me want to
let's
go
see.
to a Texas Roadhouse and get those rolls.
Oh well, theirs are something special.
Yeah.
3 people said bacon. Tater tots, another good choice there. I did separate peanut butter pretzels. They could have just fit into the regular pretzel thing, but I felt like those needed their own little place. Jello, not sure how you do that. Ice cream way down on list 37, so I'm glad you didn't say that. Funnel cakes. Dippin' Dots was number 41. People did say it. Charcuterie boards slash crudité.
Yeah.
And those I did jumble together.
Sure.
Boiled peanuts. Brian, a favorite of
Oh,
yours.
God.
Love
Two
them.
people agree with
Yeah.
that monstrosity.
Oh, they're so good.
Oh, God.
They're so
Love
good.
bowl
And
peanuts.
then we
but
had one
God.
person who was nice enough to say Doggerito. So
Aw.
Scott getting a little love.
All right, I'll go to your theater and I'll make those for you custom. Now, here's the deal. While we got one of these today, it doesn't mean that you're going away empty-handed, Nomik, because here's what I'm going to do. Chat room, you can see this on screen. I'm going to give away or send to Nomik these exclusive drink, or what do you call it, coasters that I made
Coasters,
for TMS
yes.
Vegas.
Oh,
now,
nice.
these aren't part of the swag bags. These are just ones I made on a whim that I'm just going to pass out for fun at the event.
Drink diapers. Enjoy your drink diaper.
Enjoy your drink diapers. Anyway, these are going to. I'm going to send one of these to you in the mail, and I'll contact you on
thank you.
Discord for it. So that way, just for participating
Nice.
today, you may not be playing 2 of the greatest games ever made, but you are going to have no markings on your table from your drink. Okay, because you'll have a drink
I
coaster.
feel bad now.
Nah, don't feel bad. It's all good. So Nomic, watch for that. I'll be coming to you soon. Thank you for playing. And Brian Dunaway, thank you for playing because you're just great. Hey, yesterday we did a Play Retro and we talked about Star Fox all night, and it was rad, so people should go download it, right? Wouldn't you agree?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I still play on Star Fox. I can't stop. I won't stop.
He even ordered that Wii U game, which is so bad, and yet there you did.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice
I
job.
can't wait to experience the badness of it. There's a couple of things. People are very passionate when they say they love or hate something, and I love passion. And people hate this with a passion, so I can't wait to experience the terribleness that is this Star Fox Zero.
Yeah, he's going to find out the good or hard way, I guess is the way to put it, how bad that game is. Watch for that show. It's wherever you get your podcast. Just check for Play Retro. Brian Dunaway, anything else you'd like to say?
Hold on. Before we get rid of Brian,
oh, yeah.
let me ask, have either of you guys played or checked out Aka R? I figured
Aka-R?
the two retro guys should know this or know about this. It's a new Atari game that was a lost Atari game created by Jeff Minter.
Oh, I love Jeff.
A wave shooter that is. I'll put a link to it if you want to show it in chat.
Yes, please.
Sorry about the length of this link, but that's not too bad. So it's a new Atari game that just looks really cool, but I want somebody else to try it before I plunk down.
So this just
my
came
hard
out?
work.
Have you played Atari today? Well, let's find out.
Yeah.
Not, but it's available on Steam, Switch,
and how do you-
Xbox, PlayStation, and that little dumb Atari thing you can
Aka,
buy.
AKKA.
ARRH.
That dumb Atari thing you can buy. That's the best commercial I've heard all day for that thing.
It's expensive and it's so limited.
Yeah, this just came out last week.
Yeah.
The reviews are real good.
I
may have to check this out.
You should do a special segment. Look what I found.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play retro show.
I love me some Jeff Minter, so you had me at Jeff
too.
Minter.
That's what I figured, and it's the Tempest guy. So
Yeah, best Tempest remake ever was Tempest 2000, and the only really good game on the Jaguar.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's a legend. So I'll check this out. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
We talked about him Defender just recently, right? Defender, whatever it was.
Not Defender.
Was it Defender 2000? It was Defender.
Was it? What was that called?
Extreme. What was it?
I think it was 2000. They put 2000 on the end of
2000.
everything.
Yeah, there was a Defender 2000.
Yeah, that was Minter. Minter did his own treatment on that, and it was a wild ride. That guy and that llama shooter thing he made, he's just a psycho. He's great. All right. Well, nice recommendation there, Brian. I like this.
Thanks. Well, I haven't played it, so we'll see how good it's a recommendation it is. But I figure, again, this one looks like it's perfect for the Steam Deck. So
it's Aka-Ara? What is it?
Aka-R or Aka-Ara. Yeah.
Weird name. That guy's got more weed in him than I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, that's awesome. Brian Dunaway, kiss our butts, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, he's out. We're going to take a break. When we come back from this said break, we're going to spend some time with Tom Merritt. We're going to learn about what the technology of the day is to talk about. That'll be fun. We also got Recommentals after that, so stick around. But Brian, why don't you go ahead and present your little song there? What do you got?
Yeah, my little song today is here's people ask me like what genres of music are some of my favorites, and I like Britpop, I like electronica, I like, for whatever reason, the combination of sparse upright bass and female vocals. Give me that all day long, and I'm totally fine with it. Another favorite of mine is just power pop, straight up power pop, and this is very different than what's called pop music that you hear on the radio today. Power pop is like your Kinks, your the Knack, your Delamitri, stuff like that. I could go on and on and on, but I'm forgetting a lot of these. Nick Lowe in his heyday. But if you want a better example of that, I'm going to give you one right now. This is a guy in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was with Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. He played with Roger Daltrey from The Who. This is a new song called Glamdemic Blues.
Oh, wow. I like that.
And exactly, like glam-demic.
Yeah.
And at first I'd kind of like, something based on something that's pandemic related, pass. But then I listened to it and I said, oh my God, this is fan-freaking-tastic. This is Glamdemic Blues by Ricky Bird.
All right, we'll be back in just a second. Stay tuned.
People always ask me how I pronounce my name, Goldblum or Goldblum. I always tell them the same thing. How dare you speak to me?
I don't remember eating corn.
The morning stream. Look out, Muppets!
And we've returned. Please remind me who that was, please.
Sure, that is Ricky Byrd, spelled like B-Y-R-D, like he's a member of the family on the Ozarks, with a new song called Glamdemic Blues. Glamdemic Blues.
Nice. I have a theory, actually, that some of the best new music is coming out of a place of the pandemic and where people's heads were.
Yeah.
That new Gorillaz album, for example, is so freaking good.
God, I need to listen to that. I'm still gardening with Soundgarden for Soundography, because we're recording that episode next week, and I'm still listening to not just Soundography but also all the ton of the Chris Cornell solo stuff.
Nothing wrong with that. You guys
Nothing
doing,
wrong with that, but I need me some Gorillaz.
What was his band with Morello? What was it?
That was Temple of the Dog, or with Morello, Audio Slave.
Audio Slave. I love
Audio
Audio Slave.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, dude. Cornell, what a loss, man. Shouldn't have left us. What were you thinking?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, when you get a sec, check it out. It's like
early
candidate for album of the year for me, and it's so good. Oh my gosh. And I just get this feeling. I could be wrong, but I get this feeling that a lot of this new music, Metallica's new album, and a few others, a lot of this stuff conceived, written, and produced during the weird time. And for some reason, they're just killing it. Like, it's all really great. And I don't know what to blame that on. I think creatives tend to get weird when things are weird, and so some of their best. I don't know. I could be wrong about this. All big theory I got going on in my head, but who knows?
Listen, it makes sense to me.
Who knows? All right, we are going to get Tom in here. Although I rang him and he didn't pick up, so I'm not sure if that means something.
Bring on the Tom.
Let me make sure I didn't get a text or something.
Okay.
Sometimes I do. And I just
there he is.
Oh no, there he is. He's right there. Let me pull him in.
Look at your phone to read his text.
Oh, yeah. Let me pull this up and hit a thing that tells us for sure that he's here, right here. Whoops, why didn't it play? Now it'll play.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man is Tom Merritt, and he joins us here on the Wednesdays to talk all things tech, because he is busy preparing all kinds of tech stories for the Daily Tech News Show today, and I can't wait to hear what's cooking on his stove. Hi, Tom Merritt. Welcome back. Oh, I don't hear him.
Oh, no.
Muted. He probably had to set everything up.
Sound and audio must come from the man.
The man. And that man is Tom Merritt, who's
He's logging out, logging back in.
Maybe Discord's weird.
Turn it off and on again. That'll fix it.
Yeah. Discord could be weird. I popped out the player into a different window. What does that mean? I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here he comes. Hello, Tom Merritt. Hi.
Oh, yay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
So sorry about that.
Nah, it sounds like Discord is just giving you grief. That's what it sounds like.
Why would it do that?
Why would it indeed? It's fantastic seeing you, though. How you doing? Look at him repping the Cardinals every day. He's alive. Look at that up there.
Darn right.
Oh, wait. No,
although those aren't the Cardinals. That's
No.
BC. That is the
That's
British
the, BC
Columbia Wildcats.
The Lions. The Lions.
Lions.
Sorry.
All right.
A feline. You're correct.
Close. It looked like a bird. Now I see it up
British
close.
Columbia Angry Cats.
I was given this by a member of the Tadpool at TMS Vegas last year.
Oh, look at that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Celebrating before Christ, the BC era of mankind.
Right. Before the Common era.
Right.
They're going to
Before
change it to
Comet.
BCE Lions.
Ah,
Yeah.
fantastic. I can't wait for that. Well, it's good to have you here, as always. And I love Wednesdays, of course, because I get to be on the show later and talk about some of this stuff. So what is going on today?
Yes. One thing I thought we'd tell the folks here at the old TMS about is Mobile World Congress, because we've got Mobile World Congress going on in Barcelona. And I know some folks, if you haven't been listening to DTNS, might not know about all of the cool stuff coming from Mobile World Congress, which means Chinese phones are coming to Europe.
Ah, well, that's great. Isn't this is it's a yearly event, right? A thing they always do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think.
This is the one in 2020 that they kept trying to insist they were going to do because it happens in March.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't know if that's why they're having it earlier in March than usual, just in case there's another COVID every March. But yeah, they kept delaying it, and then they ended up just doing it virtual. But it's back. It's in person. it's usually about phones, and this year's no exception. Like I said, Xiaomi, HMD Global, which makes the Nokia phones, Honor, OnePlus, they're all there showing off new phones. Most of them are phones that have already come out in China, and they're coming to Europe. But the big trend is rollables. So Lenovo has been showing up not only a rollable Motorola phone, but a rollable laptop as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's got some wheels on the bottom, a little handle that comes up.
Yeah. You just
that
pull it
big,
up.
it requires like
Take the laptop with you. How about that?
Love it. Love the idea.
For these aging middle-aged guys like us, finally, we got our computers on wheels.
Has to go in the bin above you. Can't go into your seat. Yep.
So got to take the battery out and swallow it.
I've seen a couple of rollable displays, but they're always so small. I assume this is obviously notebook size, probably 13-inch or bigger.
Yeah, so 12.7-inch laptop, and then you flip a switch, and it rolls up to be a 15.3-inch 8x9 screen.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
So it's like two 16:9 monitors on top of each other is what Lenovo describes it as, but it's really just a big square.
Is the keyboard a digital, like a display style keyboard? Is it
No, it's a normal ThinkPad keyboard. Everything about the laptop looks like a normal ThinkPad until you flip that button and the screen rolls up.
Oh, I got to see this. Is there video of this yet? Or is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's video of it. However, they won't let anyone pick it up.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's heavy or fragile or both. This is very much a concept at this point.
Or extremely light because it's made out of paper mache.
Yeah, and it's just the rollable screen, nothing else. It's quite possible. Lenovo's usually good at turning their prototypes into shipping products, though. They have a good track record. So it is unusual for them to be this strict about a prototype, which is interesting. But they also make Motorola phones, if you recall. And the Motorola concept phone you could pick up. It starts as a 5-inch 15x9 screen that wraps around the back. So when it's closed, there's most of the screen inside, but the back has a little notification screen. So you get, know how you've seen those phones that have a screen that wraps around? This one wraps around, so you can have it upside down and just see like little notifications and stuff. And then you press the button, it becomes a 6.5-inch 22x9 display by unrolling that onto the front.
Oh wow!
So it fits in your pocket easier, but then it can unroll to be a large phablet style phone if you want.
It seems like rolling is going to beat folding. Because folding inherently...
Rolling is the next folding, yeah.
Yeah, because rolling has... I guess I have to assume it's just less harsh on the display, because folding... That's been the whole thing with folding. Like, how many folds are you going to get out of it? And even when they say, like 8,000 or something, that still feels like a low number, even though it's not. You'll probably never sell the phone before you ever get there. But I love the idea of something that's not actually being bent. It's just rolling up,
I mean... Yeah, Snoop Dogg is going to totally be a fan of this.
He's going to love it, dude.
Yeah.
He's going to love rolling his phone.
There's still wear and tear, right? But it's not a crease. It's not at a certain point. So I get what you're saying. It does feel like it could weather the storm a little better. So far, these are just prototypes. Foldables are out in the world.
Right.
OnePlus even said they're going to make their own foldable by the end of the year. So it kind of feels like that's commodity now. We're just waiting on Apple to get in the game. But rollables are where foldables were, 3-4 years ago.
I was looking at their keynote plans for this event. They've got stuff you'd expect. The new behavior for new reality, some sort of VR-based thing. They're doing a keynote on Enter the Metaverse, another sort of thing there.
Yeah, there's a lot of metaverse stuff here, but none of it felt very solid.
No. AI stuff, of course. Modernize to monetize. That sounds like a fun one. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I guess I'm a little surprised it isn't just straight up phones, given the name of the conference. But
mobile. So laptops are mobile.
That's true, I guess. Yeah. I got to get that out of my
TVs,
head.
then that'll be a little weird.
I got to get it out of my head.
Which, by the way, Sony announced their TV line today. Has nothing to do with Mobile World Congress, but I thought it was interesting timing.
Are they doing anything with the foldable or the rollables I've seen in some TVs where they roll into a thing?
No, I didn't see anything like that. No.
All right. Well, I have to keep an eye on that. I like Sony. Well, all right then. So more about this later today. This and many other things. There's a whole docket of stuff, all right? So we're going to do it all. And here's the other cool thing. You guys do a little sideshow called Live With It. That Sarah produces, and I get to record one of those today after DTNS. all about the Steam Deck, which I've had now, well, still less than a year. I'll have it a year in, I guess it'll be July. End of July will be a year. And we're going to go deep on how that thing has changed my gaming life in a very short amount of time. I'm very positive on it. Obviously, I talk about it all the time on the show, so this is not going to be a surprise to anybody. But we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, ease of use, how updates work, how the software actually works, what it's like to log into the Linux-based Proton stuff and tweak and dork around in there, how their service is because I had to send it back in, that kind of stuff. So if that's interesting to people,
almost twice,
yeah, almost twice because I'm an idiot and almost dropped it in the tub the other day. But anyway, if you want to hear about that, that's coming up as well, and I'm pretty excited to lay that down today. So.
Yeah, Live With It is Sarah's deal, but Sarah doesn't always have to live with the products. And since Scott lived with this one, he volunteered to tell us about it. So it's great. I can't wait to hear that conversation. And that will go out to patrons of the show, patreon.com/DTNS, to today or at least at the latest early tomorrow.
Yep. And it will include some video and audio, some video and some images and stuff. I guess Roger's going to have me capture a bunch of stuff, which is
I'm excited about this. They're going to town. This is going to be the best Live With It yet.
Ever that you've ever. You're gonna have to live with how great it is what we're saying.
Exactly.
Tom Merritt, anything else going on you'd like to tell the fine folks at home about?
A Word with Tom Merritt is still rolling along. This week is still up. The most recent episode is the one I did with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch baseball writer Derek Gould about sports. So check that out. And then tomorrow, a new episode with Captain Brian Hoffman about fear. So he is a pilot and a solar enthusiast. The solar enthusiast doesn't play into the fear part as much as the pilot, but he talks a lot about, his own experience with fear in earlier things that he did in his life, how he helps people deal with fear. I asked him about, you ever sit back next to somebody on a plane who's afraid and you tell him you're a pilot? And he's like, yeah, here's what I tell him. So if that sounds good, that's coming tomorrow at awordpodcast.com.
Fantastic. It's Tom Merritt, everybody. He is Ace Detect on Twitter and kind of everywhere you look for him on the socials. Mm-hmm. Tom, have a fantastic day. We'll see you later today.
Thanks, y'all.
See you, Tom.
All right. Now, big question.
Yes, sir.
If I close this, will it kill the call?
Oh, yeah.
Let me try. Here goes.
Will it break? Will it bend?
It worked.
Oh, good.
I don't know why it does it sometimes and not other times. I don't know.
It just wants to mess with us. That's all. That's what it just wants to do.
Guess so. All right.
Yeah.
Nicole and Randy in the wings.
Yes.
I believe. Hold on. There we go. Let's pull them in here. Let's do some recommendals, and let's see if any of us spent any quality time in front of what our parents would call the boob tube. Here you go. Yes, that music tells us it's time for Recommentals, stuff we've seen on streaming services that we like to recommend to you, the listener. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Nicole Spag. Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
Hello. And hello. Randy Jordan. Hello, Randy.
Good morning stream. How are you? I'm doing
fine.
Good to see you.
Good. Doing real good. Boy, it's all Diablo all the time where you work. Anyway, just side note.
Oh, you think so? Yeah, it is. It kind of is.
Kind of is.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I've been personally playing. I'm so excited. I have a 13-year-old now. Seriously, 25 years ago, I was playing Diablo with my brother, and he and I played both 1 and 2 together for hundreds, maybe thousands of hours.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
Now 25 years later, I'm playing Diablo with my kid.
Isn't that weird?
So
it's weird. I know. Plus,
I'm playing Fallout 76 with mine.
Nothing wrong with that. That game's gotten so good. 76 is a cool game now. Yeah.
I told you.
People shouldn't pass on it. I know it had problems at launch, but it's pretty good.
I love it.
Well, it's good to have you both here. We're going to dive in and start with Brian like we always do. Brian, do you have a setup for your clip that we're going to play?
Yes, sir. This is a movie from last year that is not an Academy Award nominee. It has nothing to do with the Academy Awards, although it was there was a nomination for the Best Supporting Actor in the Golden Globes this year. So that's about its only.
Okay. I've got some guesses now.
Okay. Narrowing it down. All right.
Here we go.
It's a movie. Please.
All right, here we go.
He does it in the storage room. Before it even goes out, he injects the insulin into the bags, and because it enters the bloodstream slowly, it could take hours or even, a day to kill someone.
So he's killing them without ever touching them. Could he put something other than insulin inside those bags?
Yeah, any clear liquid wouldn't be detected.
Is digoxin a clear liquid?
Yeah.
Could it kill someone?
I'll pull Charlie's Pyxis report from the machine in my ward. And we'll use that to prove that he withdrew insulin and digoxin when Anna died.
Yeah, see, the problem is that Ana Martinez was cremated, so we don't have an autopsy. What we need is an actual body.
Is this that bad? It's like Bad Nurse or something.
You're so close. It's the opposite of that. It is The Good Nurse.
Oh, The
because
Good Nurse.
Every show and movie in the last 10 years has to be called The Good Something.
Yeah.
So this is The Good Nurse. That was Jessica Chastain, you heard, getting interviewed by a couple of cops, one of whom is played by Noah Emmerich, who's also fantastic. He's, again, another character actor that I could watch in anything.
He's a Truman's friend, right?
Yes, Truman's best friend. Yeah, exactly.
I like him. He's great.
Yeah. This is called The Good Nurse. It's on Netflix, and it if you're having a hard time deciding like, do I want to watch a movie or do I want to watch true crime? Guess what? You get both, because this is based on a true story, a horrifyingly true story about a nurse who played by Eddie Redmayne, who goes from hospital to hospital, where there always seem to be these mysterious deaths. And rather than confront him and expose what he's doing, when they kind of get the idea that he's doing it, they fire him to save the lawsuits and the investigations that would put the hospital in jeopardy. So it's it's horrifying in many levels. Eddie Redmayne is fantastic. He was the one who got nominated for Best Supporting Actor for this. Jessica Chastain, or Cheese Stain, as some people call it. Jessica Chastain is.
I love her. She's so
she
great.
is great, and she always plays these really powerful characters. This is a chance for her to play someone who's a little bit more vulnerable. She's a nurse herself who is suffering from cardiomyopathy and doesn't have her medical benefits yet. She hasn't been to the hospital long enough to get medical benefits, so she's having to kind of sneak her own treatment for her cardiomyopathy herself. And Eddie Redmayne knows about this. He's helping her before she finds out what he's been doing.
Yeah.
He's helping her, so it's kind of like this situation of like, crap, do I expose him and cut off my help that I'm getting, or do I reveal?
Sounds like a fun indictment of the American healthcare system as well, going on at the same time.
Kinda is. Yeah, it kind of is. And people in New Jersey and Connecticut probably know this story. It wasn't too long. It was back in the early 2000s, 2003. All this stuff was happening, and they figure they know of 29 patients officially that he killed, but the actual number could be anywhere like 400 patients that he did this to.
So when they say The Good Nurse, they're talking about her?
Yes. They're talking about her.
Okay.
Yes. Definitely not talking about the guy who's
because it's weird, because on all the posters it's him looking all skeevy, and then it says The Good Nurse above his head, and it kind of throws me. I'm like, well, he looks all skeevy.
Really?
Like, is he good? Is this supposed to be ironic? Like, what's the deal?
When I was finding photos for quicktms.li, the only posters I could find are one where it looks like it's one person with two heads, Jessica Chastain and Eddie Redmayne, which feels like a trauma film rather than a...
yeah, that's the cool nurse. That's what that is. Two-headed nurse.
Yeah, right, the two-headed nurse.
This is a Netflix original or something? I may have it confused with something else.
Distributed by Netflix, so I think so. Yeah,
one of their prestige Oscar movies. Okay.
You also get another one of my favorites, Kim Dickens. She was from the Walking Dead spinoff, but she's been in everything.
Good.
She's another really, really good character actress. That's just fantastic.
I looked at this and saw it and went, oh, that looks depressing. And then I went, oh, look at this cast. And now your review has you've convinced me. I think I want to see it. Yeah.
Definitely worth watching. I won't say it's uplifting, but it is powerful, and it doesn't feel as depressing as like a real true crime documentary where it's like, oh my God, this is horrible. But that really points to the incredible acting job of Redmayne and Chastain.
Yeah.
It's really, really good, and it's heavy, but it's not. I wouldn't call it depressing.
Okay. It sounds
It's
like
very sparse in its music, by the way. Like that's going to be the first thing you notice is that there's very little score to this.
I always like that.
There's been this thing recently where people talk about the movie Passengers. Do you remember this movie?
That's not the one with
Chris Pratt and
Jennifer.
Space one.
Yeah. So like it's apparently a huge letdown. I saw the movie. I don't remember why, but it's apparently like this huge letdown on the script. And I keep seeing these videos where people are rewriting it and coming up with like better ending and what if the characters were swapped and so forth.
You're supposed to really fall in love with this couple. The guy who basically condemns this woman to death. Yeah.
So this is the
movie.
thing. This is a real actual thing. I've seen lots of videos of people trying to fix Passengers, and all I can think is, I wish Eddie Redmayne and Jessica Chastain were in Passengers. Like, make the remake and have it star these people.
Oh, that'd be great.
You know? Because they just strike me as a couple for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like that Redmayne feller. He's great.
He's so good, and I mean,
he's got some fantastic beasts and knows where to find
Stephen
them.
Hawking. What was it? The Nature of Things or something? I can't remember the name
of everything.
Nature of stuff of the stuff of life.
Skittles.
The power
of the dog. No,
the
that's
power to make things go. I don't know what it is.
The Theory of Everything. Thank you for your answers. Yes.
Yeah,
the
he's
Nature
great,
of Power. Anyway, he's fantastic. They're both really, really good in this, and so it's on Netflix. Again, it's called The Good Nurse.
Nice. All right, we're gonna move to Nicole. Very curious about this one. It's got one of my favorite actresses in it, whose name I never get right. But anything you want to say before I play the clip?
I will say my movie is also based on a true story, and it deals with the medical field.
Oh, wow. We got a theme going here. Okay.
A theme, yeah.
Yeah.
We have a theme, and it, I'm still sick. But I think, I don't know, watching this made me feel a little less alone. It was a good watch. So there you go.
All right, here we go. Let's check it out.
My name is Susanna Cahalan. I'm 21 years old, and here I am with my dream job at the New York Post.
Gross. Why are you smiling this early in the morning? It's unnatural and disgusting. You look ridiculous.
Susanna! You're gonna interview that creepy senator.
You'll have my Thursday night.
I know I will, because I can always count on you.
I had my whole life in front of me.
Happy birthday!
And I had absolutely no idea what was waiting for me.
Susanna, where are you? You're very, very late. You gotta get your ass in here. You're gonna miss the 10 o'clock meeting.
I feel really sick, my head hurts, the stomach hurts, and my hands numb, and I've never felt this before.
We've tested Susanna for every infectious disease. All of the results are negative. We're gonna get to the bottom of this together.
Oh man, this brings back. I get PTSD from this, and I know why it's a big deal for you right now. But tell us what it is. What are we looking at?
So I don't think I had exactly what she had, but it's very, very, very close. This is the closest thing I've seen. This movie came out in 2016. It stars Chloe Grace Moretz. I don't know how do you say her name.
That's how Scott says it.
I think you got it the way I do it. I never get it right anyway. But I absolutely love her. But her name's she needs to get married and then change her last name. I'm not saying everybody should do that. I'm saying do it for me personally. That's all. All right. Anyway, go ahead.
So you also heard.
Are you saying because she needs a man to change her name? Scott?
Yeah, she needs a man to splain it. Anyway, go ahead.
No. Anyway, you also heard Tyler Perry. You also heard Jenny Slate. Carrie Ann Moss is in this. So it has a pretty good cast. I had never heard of this movie before. I don't even know how I came across it. It was on Netflix. They just know that I'm looking for stuff like this, I guess. But it's about this young girl. She's 21. She wrote a book. So the woman worked at the New York Post, and it was her month of madness. And she slowly and then very rapidly slipped into insanity, where she was catatonic in the hospital, and they None of the tests were coming. Like I just had an MRI yesterday, and guess what? It's normal. So, and so it kind of goes through this process until there's one doctor that he does a brain biopsy, and her brain is inflamed. It's her body creating antibodies that is attacking her brain. And it caused her seizures. She thought she was schizophrenic. She thought she had bipolar, like all this crazy stuff in a very healthy young woman. And then and she was at the time, I think the 215th person ever diagnosed. And since she's wrote this book and this movie's been made, a lot more people are getting diagnosed.
I'm guessing
it's easy to write this off as schizophrenia or a mental, because they were ready to transfer her to a mental institution. So but it took her a good 7 to 8 months to recover. She had to relearn how to walk. She had to relearn how to talk. Like it's crazy.
It's called anti-NMDA receptor encephalitis. It's called specifically that she had. And I guess that is boy, see, this sucks because it's got all these horrible symptomatic markers, and then but you go do any of the tests that you would normally do for any of these markers, and they all come back negative. That must have been the most frustrating effing thing to deal with, you know?
And there's like all this, autoimmune stuff that happens. Oh, and I probably didn't even say the name of the movie. It's called Brain on Fire.
Oh,
and your brain your body is attacking your brain. And depending on the type of infection that you have, because it can be anything. It could be COVID. I mean, there's a lot of COVID stuff happening that's causing this type of response too. People that have had COVID, and then they're like, what's going on? And so it's just, I felt less alone watching this, because for a long time I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm going crazy. I really thought I was going crazy. And it caused a lot of anxiety in me that I was like, I just have to get my life under control. And it's weird watching this movie because she's happy and then she's sad. And I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly what happened to me. I was all over. I thought I had mold in the house. And I can't drink the water. Like I was so crazy at that point. There you go. Brain on Fire. It's a great movie.
It's based on the book by the same name. Looks like same name.
Yes.
For the book. Yeah.
I'll give a recommendation if you want to learn more about anxiety, and because there's a part in that trailer that you didn't get to that her mom says, just take the pills. And so that happened to me. I was like,
that moment, your mom.
No, it was a family member, and I was like, I don't want to take the pill. But
you're like me.
So I did a lot of research. So there's another documentary on Netflix called Take Your Pill Xanax, and it talks about what happens. I highly recommend that one because it's a really deep dive into what anxiety is, why we have it in our life, and like how we handle it. And I had a friend have a benzo withdrawal.
Oh my Lord. It's so bad.
Oh, it was awful.
Well, you have more than one friend who did that. I did that back in 2004, and I didn't know what it was. Yeah, I had a doctor. Oh, I could tell you a whole story.
Oh my God.
It's an awful story because it was so preventable, but I had a doctor who was like, no, you take 3 of these a day. That's just what you're going to need to do. And I didn't know anything about it. I was naive. I didn't know. I did that for about 3 weeks. And then started having horrible, weird things happen. I'm like, what is wrong with me? And it was tolerance withdrawals. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
I don't even take Tylenol if I have to. And it got worse and worse and worse. And I finally realized, oh my gosh, that's what this is. And I cold turkeyed it like an idiot. And it's really bad. It's the worst thing you can do. But I didn't know. I was just stupid. My doctor sucked. He's dead now. But anyway, all this stuff is going on. And then the way, here's what's funny. All right. This is right around the time that I decided to kick all the podcasting stuff in gear. There's a better than zero chance that I didn't do any of this career stuff had it not been for that experience, because
really
after withdrawal, I went, it's that get busy living or get busy dying kind of feeling.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
That's how
Wow.
I feel right now too.
Yeah.
Like I'm reaching out to people. I'm like, I gotta take control and yeah,
It's a weird feeling, right? And it's super intense, and it's like you feel screwed. Like I feel like that doctor just screwed me. Like just absolutely screwed me. I feel like I should have sued. There's all these things in my head at the time, but instead I was like, I'm gonna podcast and I'm gonna do stuff that makes me have to do this every day, like all that kind of stuff. And it was just a weird therapy for me at the time.
Scott, they have their place.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Obviously they do. Of course,
Sorry,
there's
Randy,
a
what were you
reason
gonna
this
say?
stuff exists, but it's like when prescribed wrong, freaking it, you'll get so effed up. It's so bad. It's
So I'm
terrible.
Watch that
totally-
documentary.
I'm totally with Nicole where if I watch something about someone who's kind of going through what I'm going through, I like recognize my experience, right? Like that it's very helpful to me, but there are people that it's not helpful to them. And I'm curious about you, Scott. Like, do you seek out this kind of thing when
all
when
the
you've
time
got an experience?
Yeah. Plus, I think this is already the thing I've talked about, but I have a thing where my anxieties, sometimes the best way for me to deal with them is to watch things or consume things that seem like they make them worse, but they're actually cathartic. So my love of post-apocalyptic movies, my enjoyment of modern horror movies.
Fallout 76. I live in Fallout 76.
Yeah. Basically,
come from a small anxiety about post-apocalyptic.
I have a real anxiety about society falling apart. Why do I enjoy things that are all about society falling apart? I don't know, but I find them cathartic. It's weird. It's really weird. But more to your point, Randy, like if you see something that's about this kind of thing, for sure, like it makes you just feel less alone. I hope that's what this did for Nicole, especially for such a weird mystery thing. Like, you know,
well, especially when it's rare, when your doctor looks at you and says, "I really don't know," and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's pretty.
What a moment.
It's pretty crazy, but
yeah.
This must have been something to have this come up on your queue, or to find this and see it.
Well, and I watched them back to back. I watched the Take Your Pills Xanax, and then I watched Brain on Fire. Yeah. So a lot of the problems that happen with the people that are dealing with this kind of autoimmune encephalitis, they get prescribed SSRIs and and it can help a little bit, because I literally, like, Randy, I know I apologized to you when you were talking fast that one day, but like I was just so overstimulated at like the littlest thing was causing me to just my top to flip, and I was just overstimulated. I'm like, why is this happening? Yeah. And I did take an antidepressant for a small amount of time. That helped. But eventually I came off of it and I'm like, okay, I think I'm okay now. So, but it's a guesswork.
It is a little bit. That's what it sounds like. Well, it sounds like that's what this movie explores. If you guys think that sounds like an interesting watch, and it does to me, go check it out. It is called
Great cast.
Brain on Fire is what it's called.
Brain on Fire on Netflix.
Yep. Very good stuff. All right. Randy, it's your turn. What do we got here?
On. So we've had a biopic about the health industry. We've had a documentary about health problems. And now we're going to a documentary about a really terrible social issue here in North America. There are many, many, many of these. Actually, I want to talk a little bit before the clip, but we don't need to say as much after the clip. So a few days ago, our Tadpool member, constant listener, Sweetgrass, posted this link to a documentary on Facebook. And I'm like, oh, I need to watch this. This is right up my alley. And it's a documentary about these people, a Native American tribe, a First Nations tribe that were displaced by Canada back when Canada, Canada's only been a country for 30 years. When they were part of the Crown, the United Kingdom displaced a whole tribe of people from British Columbia to the United States. And once they'd all gotten moved in 1956, Canada just declared the tribe extinct. And so they lost the legal right to even go to their ancestral home. And they're called the Sinaiksut. And the Sinaiksut people were living in Washington State. And like a whole generation of them didn't even know that they were from British Columbia. And so they're fighting their battles as a Native American tribe, and realizing that they've got to do something. That like they have like ancestors buried in British Columbia. They have songs about their history of hunting in British Columbia, and they don't get to go there. And so they realized that you could just go commit a crime in Canada and then get your case heard, right? And you could even maybe take it all the way to the Supreme Court of Canada if you had the right person commit the right crime.
Jeez.
Right?
That's
And so
back-asswards. Jeez.
yeah, it's a wild story. And like before you play this clip, I just want you to imagine if you were the person in this tribe who was called on by the people around you to realize you're our best representative. You are the hunter who we're going to send to British Columbia, and then we're going to get you arrested for hunting, for killing an elk, I think, in this country where you're not allowed to go, because you're not native, that you were born in the United States, essentially. And imagine being that guy and having to go, and like, so this clip is about that guy, and you hear him talking in the end of it.
All right, here we go.
In one sense, everything was on the line, right? Because what I know some really great leaders worried about is if we try to open that door and we fail, that door will never get opened ever again.
When the time came to pick Rick, he was the best person for it, because he was genuine. And if he was ever going to be put on the witness stand, this is what I thought in my head, who better to explain who we are and why we do what we do than Rick Distel?
A ceremonial hunter in some of the religious beliefs that are among the 12 tribes and stuff, if they have a death in the family, they don't do no hunting for a year. And it's usually those families there that would call me up and ask me to provide a meat for that year. Now, it was pretty easy for me to go out there and provide the meat for them for that particular time, fit right in with my job description. As they say, job description is whatever is written up that day.
Oh, interesting.
This guy, he goes to British Columbia and kills an elk and gets himself arrested, and then they get to work their way up the chain of courts. This is called Older Than the Crown, and right now it's really only streaming on pbs.org, and a part of this Recommental is go to pbs.org every now and then and watch what's streaming there. It's incredible, guys.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe this thing, And
yeah, I want to say we had a couple other things, documentaries a while back that were pbs.org only. And if you have a local PBS station, you have access to it. It just asks you, hey, is your local PBS station this? You say yes, and then you've got access.
Yeah, you give them an affiliate, and I think you're in. That's how I ended up watching the Ken Burns one. I recommended the U.S. and the Holocaust, and that was on there as well. It's very good.
And I'll bet you most VPNs that have lots of U.S. hosts would allow you to, connect to an LA host and pick the LA station and watch pbs.org. Not that you should do that, but you should. Yeah. And Older Than the Crown, like the name of it is pretty straightforward, right? This tribe has been around since way before the crown, whoever was the king or queen of England came along. But it's really on England that they, banished this whole group off of British Columbia lands. And it's just, oh man, it's just fascinating. This is not one of those documentaries that's really slick. Like, these people are not camera ready. They are not, they're just talking about their experience and about how, they live on the Columbia River their whole lives, and there was a dam built, and so the salmon stopped coming up to where they live. And like, gee, can we hurt these people some more? I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just like this really cool personal story of this regular guy who happens to be a part of the Sinixa tribe and gets chosen to go to Canada. And while he's there, they've also got a lot of footage of him just like, and here's where a bunch of our great ancestors are buried. It's just like out in the woods. And you're, man, what a life, you know?
I also find that kind of thing cathartic. I like history, and I like being exposed to stuff where I was like, oh, really? That happened there? I had no idea. Yeah, I like that a lot. So
yeah.
Nate, what's the name and the streamer again on this one?
Once again, this is Older Than the Crown on pbs.org.
pbs.org. All right, everybody. Especially Christine.
Shitoutaluck.com.
You know where to go.
Scott, can you give us something light and fun and happy?
You know what? It's more light and fun than you think. I'm a little surprised by what I'm about to tell you. Here's my clip. I'll talk about it on the other side.
Are you kidding me? Her entire arm looks like a dental mold, and you're telling me that there's nothing that we can do.
She said he was provoked.
Provoked? Have you seen this dog? It is a monster. I'm chasing it off of my property every other day.
Well, she said he's never on your property.
Well, then why don't you ask her whose shit I'm cleaning off of my driveway? Because it's not mine.
Look, the dog doesn't have a history of violence. State law says he can't forcibly be put down.
Okay, then what am I supposed to do?
Fix the hole in your fence?
All right. We are talking about one of the most highly rated films of the year, which surprised the living crap out of me when I heard about it. 2022 was a really strong year for horror movies in general. Very memorable stuff. Barbarian being probably my favorite of the year. This is Megan, the story about the weird little robot girl that goes crazy, kind of Chucky style, and kills a bunch of people. On that level alone, you might know what to expect. You'd watch this movie and go, okay, when's the first kill? And oh, how gory is this going to be? And all that sort of stuff. Yeah. It kind of isn't that. And first of all, it's PG. Okay. First of all, it's PG-13. I watched the unrated version on Peacock. I don't know what they took out, added, or would have taken out for the PG-13 one. But it was hard to tell. Nothing in this was like super hardcore. It has its scares and its moments, but it's mostly just like a really well-made movie. And in a strange way, it reminded me of 80s movies like War Games came to mind for some reason, which is so weird because it's nothing like War Games, but there's something about the tone of it that's like War Games. The other movies would be like Gremlins a little bit. The number 5 is a live movie somehow.
Short Circuit,
and it's not even a good movie, but I guess
you're hitting on teenager things. Is the character kind of teenaged? Presenting
sort of. I mean, not really though. She's more like 11 or 10, like the girl that she's been given to. Mm-hmm. So I should say Allison Williams is the star of this, from Girls and a million other things. Now she's great. She's this like brilliant toy designer, works for this big huge toy company, and they make these sort of robot assisted sort of toys. They're famous for that, and they have a bunch of fake commercials in the movie and stuff like that. And her next big thing she's been working on forever is this doll that is very lifelike and can respond to your needs and protect you. And it's a lot of park your brain at the door stuff, but they handle it really well. And it ended up being one of the most entertaining, quote unquote, horror movies I've ever seen. It was just fun from top to bottom and never felt mean or horrible. I don't even know how to explain it. Like it was like not mainstream, but there's like real humor in it, and it's not just dark humor. And you actually kind of feel for the stupid robot a couple of times. The girl who's in there is this New Zealand girl who's around that age, 10 or 11. And she's this amazing dancer. She's known worldwide for dance competitions.
I imagine this is like her TikTok led to the fame of being a robot girl.
Yeah, right. It's very odd. But she's really great. She's just an incredible, motion capture type actor in the way that like Doug Jones or somebody is. Except in this case, it's this meant to be this little robot girl. You never see her because this is a sort of a mask on her face all the time, but all her movements and stuff are just really good. Anyway, there's a lot of tech that's sort of hand waved away to make this thing happen, to make the AI work and all of that. But it's a movie that knows that and deftly dances around it. Like, does just such a great job of saying, don't worry about that stuff. Just go with us here, is the kind of push the movie pushes you through. And director Gerard John Stone, however you say his name, surprised the living crap out of me with Megan, and I wondered how could this movie be like 95% positive on Rotten Tomatoes.
Such a high rating on Rotten Tomatoes,
and I think I figured it out. It's not just a horror movie. This isn't for screams and thrills. It's for good acting, and the little girl who she's with or is now her toy, which is her Allison Williams' character's niece in the movie. She's really good, and I won't get into why she's sad and needs a companion, because that's a big part of the thing. I don't want to spoil it. But all of that stuff just felt legitimate and earned. And it's hard to explain, but when movies pull that off and you just don't have to think about it, it just works. That's how this felt. I really like Megan a lot, and if you're worried that you're going to go in there and get freaked out, you're not. It's not like that kind of movie.
They did an SNL skit on it.
Oh, did they?
They did, yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, Tina ruled this one out. Said you can watch that on your own, but it sounds like I can try and talk her into watching it.
I bet she'd like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to turn around and see if I can get Kim to watch it with me at some point, because I think she would like it. Like it's a Blumhouse thing that should mean nothing but scary, ooh, awful blood, all that. It just isn't that. It's just, it has a couple of things that are a little like shocking, but none of it's ever like gratuitous, I don't think. Not by, it's PG-13 again. And again, the unrated, I'd have to go look at the comparison, because I don't want to send people down a road and find out that I was wrong about how much they left in or whatever. But I really liked it. I thought Megan was great.
Scott, have you seen the SNL skit?
No, I haven't seen it.
Chloe Feynman was born to play this character. She's absolutely perfect. And it's the Aubrey Plaza episode, which that whole episode was weird. Like every sketch was a little bit weird.
Just a little weird.
And so like this particular one was perfect for that episode.
Kind of how Aubrey Plaza is always just a little bit weird. It fits nicely. I don't know what else to say about it except it's just great. I don't know. I liked it a lot. I'm not surprised there's a sequel coming. I'm not surprised it was such a crowd favorite or that it did so well in the box office. It gets its hooks into you, and Brian, you always talk about how you really like Gremlins.
Yeah. I like that style of horror where it's like, the first Child's Play had this for me. The whole like machines, monsters gone awry, and or creatures, supernatural creatures that somebody finds. So this, I think I'm in for now.
Yeah.
By the way, the unrated version. So all I can find on it is that it's unrated because it restored various scenes which were trimmed or replaced for violence and language to secure a PG-13 rating. So it doesn't go into specific.
There are a couple extra F-bombs, I can tell you that, and there are. It's not a lot though. It's just kind of here and there. And then there's no sex scenes. I'm trying to think what was bloody.
The movie Puppet Master.
We watched it for Homesick, as a matter of fact.
Oh yeah, didn't we?
Is there because that was a movie I watched when I was a kid and I absolutely loved it. It was so campy and ridiculous.
This is a bit of that. There's some camp here, but it's not campy in a cringe way. It's actually well made. It's like the director and writers and everybody, they know what they're in for, and so they just lean into what makes these work. And I think it's great. I was so surprised by it.
And Scott, do you want a second movie?
I think so. I don't know how you do it, given how things end. But then again,
how you do it with the word Megan containing a 3 already.
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do? Like make the?
I could make a 2 for the
Sagan.
You need Megans, and then the S is a 2. See, or no, that'd be a Z, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, anyway. It's I can see why they will do a sequel, but how they'll do it will be interesting. I don't want to give it away. The way they do it is pretty creative, and it does lean into some modern concepts about data and the cloud and this sort of stuff. And I think it's just really well made. This is one of those things that in the wrong hands it's bad. That's it. In the right hands it turns out really good, and this turned out really good. So I would give you a full-throated recommendation for Megan, and it's currently streaming, I think, exclusively on Peacock.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And even though it says unrated, as long as you're okay with a little F-bomb, and maybe there was a, that the Asian correspondent on the Daily Show, it's really funny.
Ronnie Chang.
That guy. He plays her boss, Allison Williams' boss at the toy company, and he is such an a-hole in this thing. But he's really good in it, and his demise, that's not a surprise. It's in the trailer. I think he gets attacked in the trailer. His demise is a little gnarly, so maybe that scene was not cut as much for the unrated. I don't know, but you know how these unrated things go. They exaggerate what they do. It's like, unrated. What's that freaking mean? They left one F-bomb in?
It's almost more like a ploy to get people to watch it rather than a serious, this is going to be a tough watch. It's like,
yeah. It's
unrated. Come check it out.
Super fun stuff, and I do think actually Tina might enjoy it. I think
Cool.
I didn't think I would say that prior to this for either of our wives, and I've totally changed my tone after getting to the other side. So check it out. That's Megan.
Strap her down and make her watch it.
That's right.
Ronnie Chang is the best, man. Ronnie Chang got in a fight with Hassan Minhaj the other night on the Daily Show, and it was classic.
It was great.
It's amazing.
Yeah, they're talking because all the talk about the Wuhan COVID release thing again, and had him on for that. That is a really funny segment if you haven't seen it. It's really good. All right, those are your movies. They're going to all be up at quicktms.li, and I'm pretty sure all these sound great today.
All four of them are already up there. Links to where you can get them. I don't have icons for Peacock or PBS yet, but I'll add those soon. But you just click on them, and they'll go right to the streaming service where you can find them.
Excellent. Nicole, I'm glad you're feeling better. Keep having a great week.
Yes.
We'll do this again next week. Randy, the same goes to you. And may we all get free copies of Diablo 4. Bye now. Leave him with that.
Zing.
What's he going to do? He just has to do it now. He didn't say no.
He didn't. No, he didn't argue. He said, "That sounds like a yes."
That sounds like a yes.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Let's get out of here. I got a quick.
You didn't hear it here first, folks.
No. A reminder: it is a brand new month, literally the first of the month. Time to join us at Patreon if you have not. Do it. Patreon.com/TMS. It keeps the lights on, brings you no commercials, and brings you pre-show content every day, as well as these rad little couch parties we do on weekend. Quick note of programming for patrons. This weekend's couch party is going to be at 10 a.m., so an hour later than we usually start this show, and we'll be doing that on Friday. And I don't know what we're watching yet. We'll talk. We may keep going with Doom Patrol or something. I don't know.
Maybe more Doom Patrol, yeah.
I kind of do want to get through that, but we'll see. Brian and I'll talk about it. But anyway, if you don't know how it works or whatever, just pop in the Discord. Everybody will give you help and tell you how it works and all that stuff. That's coming up this weekend. Anyway, sign up today. Be our best friends at patreon.com/TMS. All other things can be found linked at frogpants.com/TMS. And now Brian's turn to play a song and request it for someone and happy birthday them or something.
Oh, gosh, I wasn't expecting this. Well, I guess I could do this one. Okay. Logan Dreadnecks wrote in and said, "Hello, Scott and Brian. I'm officially getting fixed on March 2nd. That's tomorrow. That's right. Having a surgery that is making a vast difference to my vas deferens." I love that. How come I've never heard anybody make that joke before?
I don't know. I love it. It's so good.
I thought in honor of my efforts to prevent unwanted pregnancies, I would request a song from the cover master himself. Your choice, Great Balls of Fire, Born Under Punches, you decide. I can only leave my precious fate in the capable hands of the professionals today. Love the show and look forward to seeing you all at TMS Vegas. Logan, a.k.a. Dreadnecks.
Nice.
Well, you've got one more day to get out of it. I've gone through it, and didn't hurt. There was a little bit of pain after the meds wore off, but the biggest thing I remember is smelling the smoke from the cauterization as they were burning things shut.
Ugh, so gross.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm smelling myself burn right now. That's kind of crazy. Anyway.
Did it hurt after? I've never heard of it hurts after. Does it hurt?
No, no, a little bit, like a little dull ache kind of thing, but
nothing crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
You just Red Fraggles got it. You just get bags of frozen peas, and you'll probably want to throw those bags out afterwards.
So
you got a thin layer of plastic separating it from.
It's because Kim had to get the hysterectomy for other reasons, and so I was like, "Oh, I'm off the hook. I don't have to worry about this."
Yeah.
But also, here's the side benefit: if the world ends tomorrow and all the men disappear but me.
Yeah, you can
ladies
repopulate the earth. Line up, ladies.
We heard you. Let's go.
Starting with you, Kat Dennings.
Yeah, get in here. I'll be on your Nick and Nora's playlist. Anyway, go ahead, Brian.
All right, well, let's get to this. I went with the first choice because I've got a great version of it. It is, when you hear covers of Great Balls of Fire, you pretty much get a cover of Great Balls of Fire. You get somebody else doing the whole Jerry Lee Lewis thing, except for this one right here. This is by Telter, Teltur. Maybe I should be wearing my fancy glasses. Telter. Oh, I can see it. It's Tighter.
Tighter.
T-E-I-T-U-R.
Pretty close.
Wasn't even an L.
Yeah.
All this whole time.
Yeah.
The L was coming from inside the house. This is a cover of Great Balls of Fire that they included on the 2006 album Stay Under the Stars. if I wouldn't have told you this was a cover of Great Balls of Fire, it might have taken you a couple minutes to figure it out. It's that good. It's that changing. Here is Tadpool with a cover of Great Balls of Fire.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Okay.
Makes me hungry for a sandwich with a lot of bread.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, it actually does.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, that concert my wife's supposed to go to last night, the punk con, they canceled it. And so
Oh no.
Yeah, I had plans for like a big sandwich. And
instead you had to eat vegetables.
I had to eat whatever was good for me that last night, so it's a bummer.
Yeah.